the data on COVID. Okay, now we'll go to RStudio, a popular graphical user interface for R, and we'll do that work. We'll see how to do that. Okay, now this is the RStudio, and what we'll do initially is we'll work with the particular directory where we are going to have our data and do our programming there. Okay, now the set working directory is the command, and our working directory has been set. So what we'll do is we'll just go to the current working directory. We'll go to more. We are in the files menu here. We'll go to working directory and we are here. Okay, now the next thing what we need to do is we have to get the latest data on the coronavirus. So what we'll do, we'll go to the internet and go to the World Health Organization, who is providing the data. The World Health Organization here is the source of the latest data on coronavirus. What we'll do is we'll look at the kind of a dashboard what they are providing about coronavirus, and we'll take the data whatever that they are using it for that particular dashboard for our program. We are going into the dashboard. COVID-19.who.int. INT stands for the international, so that provides the dashboard on the latest coronavirus situation. Okay, you can see across the world different countries how they are based on the government's reporting of the data to World Health Organization, how things are been going on there. You'll see a lot of dashboards here, like all over the world, what's kind of confirmed cases, deaths, and again for different regions, everything. Okay, so what we'll do is that we have a source here. We'll download the map data. We will do that. Okay, and we will save onto our own place, and this Microsoft Excel comma separated values file, so we'll just save there. Okay, now we got the data now. Okay, let us open the folder where the data is. Now what we see in that is the data. We'll open it in Excel file and see what the data contains. It's a pretty big file, a lot of rows, so you will have a huge amount of data that is there. So the first column what we see is the date reported. Okay, up to date from the beginning, February 2020, 24th onwards, the data has been reported there, and again the country code, the country name, and the World Health Organization region, like the Europe, Europe and Mediterranean region, Asia Pacific. I mean, all that data is again there. The new cases, cumulative cases, new deaths, cumulative deaths, all the data is there. Okay, but we don't want the data from the beginning. I mean, that is a huge amount of data. That's one thing. We only want the latest data and see the trends there. Okay, so we'll just take out that latest date, and so what we'll do is like we'll use the Excel function data and sort that entire field. Okay, now we will sort by the date reported from A to Z. Okay, or we will take only the latest one. So we will have the up to June 26 we have the data here. Now how many countries the data contains for 26th of June, we will see is we have come to 25th. So Yeah, 216 countries data we have. So rest of the data we don't want that, so we'll just delete that data. Or what we'll do is even more easier is only to copy that data which is useful to us, and leave the rest of it in the old file itself. That is much more easier than deleting that all that, right? So what we have here is we'll just do a copy. We'll open a new book. Okay, summary of data. Okay, so this gives you kind of a overall statistics about this thing. Okay, now this is where people find it difficult writing commands and entering it in this command line interface. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go for an alternative. What we'll do is we'll use a feature called as R commander, so that does all these kind of work for you automatically. Okay, so the invoking that is, you do simple this only these two commands, library and R commander, RCMDR is the thing. See, I mean the R also gives you so much of help to you by trying to complete what you are trying to do, right? Done. Okay, it loads all the other required packages, everything what you need for that. And wait, yeah, it's a big file, so it's going to take a little more time to load all that and then start up that work. Okay, okay, so we just say RCMDR okay. So there's an issue because this itself is a GUI, but again R commander is one more GUI on top of that, so it's already invoked, so he says so no need to start that again, right? Now you see that this is a simple interface. I mean, this also doesn't look that helpful, but we'll look at how to do this. Okay, data set says no active data set, so we'll pick up the data which is already what we already selected in the previous one. Okay, now here is where you can use all that statistical thing what you have here. For example, just the summary command that what you used here is also available here. You can see. Okay, so what we saw in that, we have summary data, and the output is shown in the RStudio place. Okay, you can see the command is come from R commander. Summary of data is what what we saw there, and we see the same information what we saw only by typing it in this console earlier. Okay, so there are 216 countries data, which is what is there in that. Okay, the new cases, there are the maximum is 42,000, the minimum is 0, the average is 542. Okay, and the cumulative cases, if you look at it, maximum is this, the 2,36,000. This is one country has reported that, and the minimum is one. Also, some country in the world where there is only one person got infected so far from February to now. Okay. Okay. Now this sort of numbers. I mean, how do we make a meaning out of that? I mean, suppose you are able to see this a little more visually, it helps you there, right? So we'll go back to our commander. So we'll graph it. Okay, there's one plot that you need to learn to really understand the spread of data, how good it is, right? This is something called as box plot. So we'll just look at only the cumulative cases for now to see how things are. Okay, then yeah, now you see the entire data is again plotted in like the entire all the 216 countries. You are able to see there is one country which is in the row number 208 that has got the maximum, and there's also an outlier. Okay, the second is in the row number 28. Okay, so how do you see this, which country is what and all that? So we need to go back to the data. Okay, now we can sort based on the cumulative cases. Okay, so just click that. Cumulative cases is you see is from the lowest to the highest. Okay, highest I mean most of you know is already United States of America, which has got the maximum number of cumulative cases. Brazil comes next, which is about 1.18 lakhs. Russia is third, and India is fourth with the 4,73,000, almost nearing 5 lakh figure. And we want to overtake and come to the next first place as soon as possible. Let us see. Okay, now you know, okay, you can see 208 is the number where we saw the it is so much. I mean the distance between the highest number and the next lowest number is so much here, right? Similarly, between Russia, the Brazil, this is the distance between US and Brazil. Brazil to Russia is again a little more, but between Russia and India, the distance is becoming less and less. Okay, that you can make out from here. Fine. So this is the kind of analysis what you can do using R. And R Commander provides you a much more quicker way of doing things, and you don't have to type all your commands in the command line and all that. Okay, so this is just giving you some easy insights into the world of coronavirus and how countries are faring there. Okay, now I want to really look at this entire set of data. All the data here is kind of like bunched up. Okay, now what is this? Okay, this is the box. Okay, since the number of countries are very big, let us make it a little bigger and see. Still everything is bunched together. So almost most of the countries are like much lower. So how do we make sense out of this? Okay, we will just close this and we'll try to see it across the region to make some meaning out of this. So again we'll go for box plot. Okay, again cumulative cases only. Okay, then we'll use one more thing called as plot by groups. Okay, so plot by group is again we have the country code. Countries are again grouped together by WHO region. That data is also there. So we'll just use that, and now you see we'll just make it bigger so that we can see a little more clearly here. See, this is a box plot. Again here and all the box is much less, and there is almost no outlier because this is there's no region which is identified there. The African region is again very very less. There is no outlier also, just nothing compared to America. Okay, since America and Brazil are coming under the America and South America region, so they are again grouped together. Now the Southeast Asia we are seeing, and then India coming up here, and the Europe region is again little more than us. Which country was that? That's Russia, right? 166 was Russia. So that's showing here, and that's again clearly an outlier. And India is 94, and who is there in 16? Who are the next second to us? Let us look at the data again. So who is there in 16? That's row number 16. Yes, Bangladesh. Bangladesh is 1.22 lakhs. So that's coming to be an active competitor for us. Okay, so this gives you a little more detail, like okay, within the region who is kind of like getting to compete with us, and you can see a little more clearly about this box plot. So box plot, these two lines here, that gives you the upper limit, that's a 75th percentile, and the lower limit gives you the 25th percentile, and so there could be some outliers below also, like we saw somebody only at the 0th level. So those kind of things also are available here. Now even with this we are not able to see the shape of the box, but there's a thick line within the box that shows you the midpoint or the median value of this entire distribution. Okay, in the first diagram where we saw for all the countries in the world, you were not able to get even this much of details from that. So this giving you a little more insight into this. So like this we can do a lot more things here. We'll just close our commander. I'll just show you another way of this taking latest data and doing a kind of a WHO type of dashboard. So this is the code, and we will just use the command called as knit to do the automatic updation of data from the latest data from the WHO and other sources. And our program does that work, and you will be able to see a dashboard which is less like a WHO dashboard we saw in the website. Okay, this code also will create a HTML file which contains all that kind of dashboard what we saw for the thing. Okay, so coronavirus dashboard for about India. Okay, you can take it for the world also, but I just made it for India. Suppose you open it in the browser, it gives you much more flexibility. Let us see. This again taking from the local ARCOS itself. Okay, see this, now you can see, okay, it's an interactive dashboard. Okay, it gives you the stage by stage what is the kind of a thing. You can see a comparison against other countries also, like France, Italy. Spain was like once people were Spain and Italy, people were rumored to be like falling like a dozen in the streets like that and all that. Now the current situation is we are kind of like more than doubled up. Okay, they are still in the less than 300, and we are going beyond nearing 450 plus whatever, but the death rate seems to be little lower as compared to them. Okay, that's why probably the Indian people are, is it resilient or not, only a time will tell. Let us see. Okay, now which country is what, again we will be able to see here. India at each of the dates where it was versus some other country where it was, all that you will be able to see from this dashboard. So R, even though it the kind of example what we saw from our commander was we had taken a very basic analysis, R can give you this kind of a functionality to provide very complex data visualization and analysis capabilities also, right? Any doubts? Thank you.